How's it going, guys? Welcome back to West of Loathing, the Gun Manor DLC still. Couldn't go to Mrs. Gunn. I think we've done everything we can with Mr. Gunn's room for the time being, so we have the music room and the kids' room to investigate still. I'm curious what kind of crazy instruments are going on here, like a hand crank mandolin? I don't know my instruments well enough for that. An oboe? Maybe? I don't know what that piece is. I don't know instruments, apparently. Oh, hey, a music room. You play any instruments, Susie? We do kind of like to pitch questions to her in a very similar way. A library. Do you read? A billiards room. Do you play pool? Instruments? Do you play music? Yeah, I play the harmonica a little. Got you. You can't be a rancher without knowing either harmonica or guitar. It's a union thing. Really? Oh, sure. I ain't very good, though. I just barely squeaked the exam. Moving on to this pile of books, a musty, decaying pile of old music books. Face them. What do you mean face them? Just look at them? Almost all the books are dry, rotted, and moth-eaten and fall apart at a touch. You do find a copy of Dueling Banjos in reasonable shape, though. This is a book of sheet music for the classic song Dueling Banjos. There's a library call number written on the spine. Did we need to go back to the library? There was something. I feel like I can't remember now offhand what good that might possibly do. I feel like it's just a simple quest item. This is a bassoon. Oh, I'm dumb. I should have known. And you know what they say. It makes an ass out of an and. Because there's, if you take away the ass and the n, there's still a boo left. It makes an ass out of n and boo. There we go. Saw that coming. I always hated these things. Now it's only more clear to me than ever. This woman doesn't seem to be interested in anything other than cranking that hurdy-gurdy. Is that actually what a hurdy-gurdy is? Use your moxie to disconnect the crank. That's bold. Just like, not quite as extreme as grabbing it out of their hand and smashing it on the floor, but you're going for the same effect there. You definitely... I didn't really like the overlapping music anyways. You deftly disconnect the crank from the hurdy-gurdy without alerting the woman's attention. She was cranking it. She didn't notice. But it turns out you needn't have bothered. She continued to turn the crank, blank-eyed, even with nothing attached. You grab the end of the crank. Ooh, what just happened to the background there? You grab the end of the crank and pull her very slowly to the gift shop, where you find a Victrola to plug her into. Problem solved? So you just get to make music for us all the time now? Having greeted you, he now stands perfectly silent. Although, I kind of teleported in this room, I feel like I didn't get really properly thanked or anything like that. Hey, we're starting to flesh this place out a little bit, hey? I kind of want to leave and come back in and get my greeting. Welcome to the Gun Manor Visitor Center. Now he'll just sit quietly. Was this room silent before? It might have been. She seems just as happy here as she was before. It must be nice to have a calling. None of this has been, nothing to worry about there yet. Maybe I have to buy more tokens to buy things from here. Nothing in the candy yet. The guy from the bar cart is leaning heavily against a display of shot glasses with different names etched onto them. A sign on the display reads, "Personalized shot glasses, 1300 meat." The guy picks up a bottle stashed behind the display and fills a shot glass labeled Woody. Is that your name? Woody? The guy squints at the shot glass. Sure. He knocks back the shot and tosses the glass over his shoulder before picking up and filling another one. Now it's red. Sure, well, we'll find out what our new name is. I could use a break from being called the Slimy. The Grimy. Either or. Not a fan of either of the names, really. You give the guy 1300 meat and fish around the display until you find one with your name on it. That's damn impressive. Personalized Gun Manor shot glass. Shot glasses, I guess, are funny in a gun-related place. Personalized souvenir shot glass. You're excited to use it now that you're finally old enough to drink. Gain XP when you drink booze. Okay, I guess that permanently just sits in my abilities or what have you. Oh, it's you, Mr. Hero and Savior. I'm glad I could help. I think you would have grown to regret staying in your lonely, boring-ass room. The carriage house door is locked. We hadn't even ever tried to go in there. We always just went straight for the front door where there was the spiders and everything. I do want to head back up to that room because we hadn't really completed what we had going on up there. There was still, maybe there was something left in the music room, and then also the kids' room. Without the lady here to crank it, the hurdy-gurdy is neither hurting nor girding, and we're probably all a little better for it. There's some sheet music on the piano. You grab it, blank sheet music. This is either blank sheet music or some kind of weird notebook paper with every sixth line missing. Play dueling banjos. Yeah, that sounds fun. I can't play dueling banjos by myself. I don't have enough arms. Florence? Sorry, I only play the bagpipe, and not very well. If it's a bagpipe, how do you know? Wow, low blow there. Some people like the bagpipe. How about you, Susie? You're gonna switch up your answer, not just harmonicas like it was before? Even if I could play the piano, I'm pretty sure two people can't play both parts of dueling banjos on the same piano. In fact, I reckon it might be straight up illegal to try. I'd also be impressed if you played two parts of dueling banjos, with neither of them being the banjo. You guys are no fun. Maybe we'll find someone. You there, frantically conducting no one. Perhaps you would care to take a hand at it. Oh, look at that nice, crescendo there. I don't know conducting terms. I might have got that one right. This is the ghost of an orchestra conductor. Unless he's a ghost of someone pretending to be an orchestra conductor, maybe he was like a fencer. Maybe he's like that Star Wars kid. He was just practicing, just in case a fight ever arose where he needed to know how to handle himself. Either he's very agitated about something, or he's conducting Flight of the Bumblebee. Or a bee is flying around his head and he's trying to swat it away with a stick. Try talking to him. Sorry to interrupt, but I can't actually hear the music. What are you conducting? It's the finale of the year 1812 Solemn Overture by Chavatsky. Ooh, the 1812 Overture. Sure. That would have been my second guess. Is your orchestra like double ghosts or something? I see. No, there is no orchestra. I merely have this piece of music irrevocably lodged in my head. It has been nagging at me incessantly ever since my death. Oh man, when I get music stuck in my head, listening to the song is literally the best solution for me. So I feel this guy's pain. Ask him about death. This is just a guess, but did you die during the performance of the 1812 Overture? That is correct, yes. Very astute of you. And the finale of that piece features real actual cannons, right? Is that how you died? If it was my fate to be slain by a piece of music, cannons would have been far preferable to my utterly farcical demise. Well, what happened? The overture requires several cannons, because it is impossible to load a single cannon quickly enough to fire as the score demands. However, the stage we were performing on could not have borne the weight. What did you do? I was not informed of the difficulty until it was far too late to make any changes. It transpired that the stage manager decided it would be sufficient to give a box of bullets to the tuba player. You were shot by a tuba? I was shot, as you say, by a tuba. Wow, no wonder you ended up as a ghost. That's one of the worst ways to die I've ever heard, man. You should feel embarrassed. Oh, it isn't the ridiculousness of my death that troubles me, really. Accidents happen, as with any of the performing arts. A colleague of mine was decapitated by an errant cymbal during a performance of Paganini's Violin Concerto No. 1. Such are the risks we take for our art. Gosh, the problem is that the 1812 Overture's finale is very dramatic and energetic piece. Oh, did you get shot on the second of third blast, so you never got the resolution of that final note? With this music constantly replaying itself in my head, I have been utterly unable to find any peace. I'll see if I can think of a way to help. Probably I just need to find someone who is competent at the piano who could bust this out for me. What if we just played it terribly, just over and over again? Eventually this guy would get sick of it, right? It's not going to work out any better than the last time. Well, if you don't even try even a little bit, then yeah, that's pretty much a guarantee that nothing will change. Gun Manor's children's quarters with a weird, very boxy looking horse. You do not trust this horse one bit. I don't particularly either. Wow, that's creepy, and I don't really want to. And I saw a clown in there, which in this loathing world is kind of a horrifying thing, so I'll come back there maybe last. It's a blank chalkboard. Write something. Is it going to be boo? Because if it's not going to be boo, it's probably just going to be a picture of a penis. Ah! You monster! Why would you write that? I'm loving the recurring boos. I hope I can find every single one of them. That's my personal goal. Turn off all the lights and find all the boo. All of the boo is. I'm trying to say it in a way that doesn't make me sound like a big old booze hound like the guy we set down at the souvenir shop there. It's a doll mine. How adorable. Just look at all the little miners and mine carts and mine shafts and bowls of minestrone. But what's this? There's a tiny stick of dynamite stuck in a little borehole. This toy is interactive. Oh, there's totally some banjo playing going on in this room. Maybe not this one, but like this room probably. Did you know that firecrackers are just tiny sticks of dynamite? And that this one is just an even tinier one? And that a pumpkin is technically a berry? Yes. I don't know. I'm quite certain I've heard that one at one point. I mean, it's a type of squash, which maybe in some way is a type of berry. I don't remember anymore. This summer, or like a couple of months ago, I had a very lengthy discussion with some friends about what is a fruit and what is a berry, and now you're bringing up all these like, and it was just over Christmas break, so like 2 months ago, I had a huge, way overly long conversation about what is a bean and a legume and like all those, and a nut, and all those different things. You're bringing back these like traumatic memories of trying to determine what foods are. Can't we just eat our food and be done with it? That's enough about pumpkins being berries and tomatoes being fruits. I've heard it all. I've heard it too many times. Well, the banjos completely got washed out immediately, and I'm okay with that, because it's funky groovy. Oh, they're mixing... I don't know what that sound was. They're mixing banjos into the groove. I dig it big time. That's the noise I make when I'm so excited about layering together musical genres, I guess. The first ever mashup was developed in this room. Someone has been slacking on their geometry homework. Tisk tisk. Do it for them. You decided to just take the book with you and do the assignment later. Rufus would probably understand this, but you sure as hell don't. I wonder if it would be a thing to bring it back to Rufus, just to see what he thinks of it. Probably it'll be contained within the DLC. It feels very standalone. This is a much nicer vanity than that of the average Frontier teen. Gussy yourself up. Ooh, usually only get a couple experience. We're in the double digits on this one. You use the various powders and creams and pomades to make yourself slightly more presentable. I mean, the number of times we've gussied ourselves up now, we should be like so out of this world, drop dead gorgeous, I would think. Daniel Boone. It's a Daniel Boone poster. One corner's loose. Ooh, see what's behind. Oh, no! What have we done? And how is that not remotely predictable? Oh, I feel like with the chalkboard, I was like, I finally am prepared for this. I'm seeing these coming now, and you managed to trick me yet again. How dare you? This armoire is full of schoolgirls' skirts and other clothes that would not fit you, even if you think they might suit you. We could maybe pull off a skirt, but not with this hat, and we can't really give up our hat, so I think that's holding us back. Science stuff. Cool. Not that Florence has been particularly useful, and her skills are like so-so. They don't really do enough damage relative to the difficulty of enemies we've been facing lately, so... Looks like someone forgot a book under the bed. Take a look at the book. The title is Fun Law. Rules for 71 parlor games and assorted amusements for children. Oh, just wonder... law. Always a joy, always a blast. If you want to learn how to play Pinochle, Sass the Bandit, Polly's Maiden Aunt, or sit quietly, then this is the book for you. I can't wait to play Sit Quietly. Such a wondrous game, very underrated. I kind of prefer the original over the remastered, though. I know they tried to kind of improve things a little bit by, adding a chair, but I would rather just sit on the plain hardwood floor. I think you lose some of the charm with the updated version. What is this devil's music? You yank the needle away from the cylinder and hide the handle away. Oh, can we not put it back together? Turn it back on. There you go. You place the needle on the cylinder and crank the handle vigorously. Now we just gotta pick this up and take it in that other room to distract the dude so we can, get the music out of his mind or whatever, but it's seeming like we're not gonna follow up on it any more than that. What if I go back to this? No, it just doesn't have anything additional to add, it would seem. Wow, this guy is really not enjoying his tea party. Oh, wait. That's not the creepy doll from the Blood Goblet, is it? No. Is it? I have no idea. Quit startling the poor man. Could we make anything useful out of that? Nah, I guess I'm terrible at Boggle, or Scrabble, or any word-based game, it would seem. It's a toy box. Who knows what horrors it contains? You found the stuffed gun. This is not at all effective as a gun, but it's also not at all effective as a bludgeon. Extra mysticality, but like no damage. Huh, less macabre than you were expecting. Yeah, my run-ins with toys in this world have not been promising. Some wooden blocks with letters on them. If you play with them enough times, are you going to turn them over and make them boo? Nope, turns out it was literally just one time. It's those scary blocks. This is more of a 3.5 poster bed. Are we just one of the posts? Is it the size? Or the fact that it's like 2 dimensions, I guess? We're not seeing all the posts? Alright, let's see what's going on with the spookiness over here, shall we? This guy has a smile frozen on his face and his eyes dart around in panic as he pretends to sip tea. One eye twitches as he tries to whisper to you out of the corner of his mouth. What's that? A drop of sweat rolls down his brow as he stares at the little ghost, who doesn't seem to have noticed. Help. Still not getting it. Can you speak up? His hands are shaking, as if he were holding an actual teacup. Oh, if he were holding an actual teacup. I was thinking, how heavy is this teacup that he's like, can't have the strength to hold it steady. It probably would have shattered by now. He hisses at you through clenched teeth. Sorry, I can't understand you. Goodbye. What about you, little girl? This little girl ghost is serving imaginary tea to her guests. The doll, while terrifying, is largely indifferent. The museum employee, on the other hand, is playing along with a rictus grin on his face. The little girl wears an annoyed and disappointed frown. Hello there, my name's the Grimy. Can I join your tea party? If you want, I guess, but it's a terrible tea party. Oh, what's wrong? You aren't having any fun? All I have is dump made-up tea. I want a proper tea party, like Mama took me to. Oh, that's very sad. I don't know how to say this, but I'm curious what he's gonna say. Do you know about death? Yeah, Mama explained it when Granny died. Also, I had a goldfish. Okay, well, some of you ought to know that I'm dead. It's okay. I know that already. I got shot on accident when Mama took me to the tea room. I guess it makes sense. Did literally everyone in here die from shooting? I think so. And even the hunter had a box of ammunition pushed on him, so it wasn't necessarily guns directly, but every ghost in this manor ended up here to haunt the inventor of guns, I think, because they all had gun-related deaths. I hadn't thought about that before, as to why these ghosts were haunting it, and like why ghosts were haunting it at all, and why these ones specifically were. So it's a bunch of anti-gun people who are hanging out in this manor, I guess. I was shot when Mama took me to the tea room. Oh, what happened? Well, 2 of the gentlemen there got into an argument. I don't know what it was about, but I guess one said something the other one didn't like, and he was so insulted he threw his tea right in the first man's face. And then they took out guns and started shooting at each other, right there in the tea room. It's a bit of an overreaction. Hot tea to the face is already like kind of extreme. You're a bit of a dickhead if those are the types of measures you're going to stoop to. But the shooting the place up was probably a step too far. Whoa. They were still really elegant, though. They had little silver and ivory pistols, and they kept their pinkies out the whole time. Oh, what a couple of fancy gentlemen. Anyway, I still don't remember the rest very well, except one of them... Why did I say still? You're not going to get those memories back. You died. Except one of them missed the other one and shot me by mistake. I'm so sorry. Thanks, but it's alright. Heaven's supposed to be really nice, so I guess I don't mind too much. But I didn't get to finish my tea party, so I have to have another one before I go. Except, I don't have any of the tea, and make-believe tea isn't as fun anymore. Okay, I'll see if I can find some actual tea for you. I'm sending you back to the grave. No, finding some tea seems like not too difficult of a task. I want to interact with the doll if I can. It's creepy as all hell, but does not seem to be something I can actually interact with. So, I guess we're carrying back on. No. I did I make it back to here? No, I didn't. I didn't interact with the super hyper creepy room with the crazy, like, spinning. Oh my goodness, I can't remember what these things are called. Rotating plastic baby enjoyment devices. Something along those lines. Jeez, why can I not remember what the heck it's called? It's on the tip of my tongue and it's going to drive me absolutely crazy. Looks like this is where the creepy music is coming from. Transcribe the music. Oh, onto the blank sheet. I got you. You write down all of the spooky notes. The spooky lullaby music. You've transcribed a spooky lullaby onto the sheet music. Or rather, something used your hands to perform that operation since you don't actually know how to read music. That's just normal. I wouldn't read too much in any of that, just laying right down. This teddy bear has been comprehensively and enthusiastically disemboweled. Ooh, sounds like the work of Zefrank. Oh, hey! This stuffing would be perfect for making a silenter. Ah, we're gonna take another attempt at that, are we? Sorry, Teddy, this is for the greater good. Oh, no, that was straight up gun crafting. The silenter was like the tin can. And something to keep it quiet. A wad of stuffing. This stuffing, because it could just be this stuff, would be perfect for making a silenter or a taxidermied turkey. Oh, because you're, oh my goodness, because you're stuffing it. You're stuffing the turkey. They crammed, like, so many jokes into that short description. I'm very impressed overall. The composition of this painting is bad in every way. Like the composition as in the subject matter, as well as the way it was like poorly composed, that it's not rules of thirds or anything like that. We should probably just turn it around or burn it or something, I would say. It's full of baby supplies you don't understand. It's full of baby supplies you don't understand, like bottle rings and burping pillows. Yeah. I wouldn't think too much on any of that. Oh, and nursing blankets and swaddling shampoo, teething wipes and swaddling pads, changing diapers, burping rattles, swaddling scissors, feeding scissors, those sound fun. Bottle shampoo sounds very regular. Nursing diapers, that one leaves kind of a bad taste in my mouth. In terms of mental images, I don't want to look into the baby supplies anymore. What the hell are you called, you stupid rotating thing? Why can't I think of your name? Is there more work that can be done on the silenter? I think that would have been here. Do I have everything we need? I still need a cylinder. You've got stuffing of the appropriate density. Alright, but so it's only the two things. The can is the only other thing we need. Oh, you probably want your science doohickey. What do you get out of this one here? Medicinal gas. That sounds quite useful. We still haven't figured out how to teach this guy how to poach eggs, and he still doesn't let you past until you've covered that. So more work to be done there. Guys, I had to come back here because it just occurred to me it's a mobile. It's a mobile. Why did that escape me for so long, and what triggered the memory of it? I don't know, but I'm so happy that I don't have to suffer through not knowing anymore. Anyway, I kind of went and reinvestigated a bunch of different quests and everything. I don't know if there's much else I can do right now, so I should go into the carriage house, and probably time to go check out the hedge maze sooner or later. But ooh, look at this guy smoking his fancy cigarette. Looks a lot nicer than that cheap cigars we're walking around with. It's a pair of hedge clippers. Ooh, bet that'll be useful for when we go to the hedges. Dear uncle used to refer to these things as shrub scissors. These ones look like a pretty effective tetanus delivery device. Add poison, quite a bit of damage. I wonder if they'll have specific applications in the hedge maze, probably. Or if it would just, you know, be a decent item to use against them in some way. Maybe there's something useful in the cabinet. Open and see. There is. There is something useful. Nearly empty herbicide can. This can says it'll instantly kill all plants, but it feels like there's only one plant's worth of deadly chemicals left in it. What? Have we seen a plant that needs to die? Probably, but nothing that comes to mind immediately. Handful of nails. Time was there would have been Brad's, but nowadays, man does not live by Brad alone. I feel like we've had nails before and had to deal with this joke before. I can't remember what it's all about. I've just quickly Googled it. Literally, there's different types of nails, some of which are just called Brad's. And, yeah, I don't know if there's a pun in there to read into it other than that. It's not even really a pun. It's just a weird product of the times. Oh, they had their own custom stagecoaches. They're pretty fancy. I wonder if what happened to kill that one in particular. Someone left a book in the seat of this one. Modern snake oiler. Okay, nothing too fancy. We've had many of those. Something on the floor here. A hammer. It's a courtesy hammer for the coach's passengers. Please don't hurt him with it. After all, you hardly know him. Oh, hammer? I hardly know her. Provides the option to hammer things in certain places, particularly if you have some nails. Yeah, we can go fixing up something at some point. We'll see what ends up needing it. Those are some nice coaches. You seem like you are enjoying yourself, sir. Perhaps you are coach himself. There's a guy slouching around in here, smoking a cigarette. Hiya. Hey, what's up? Do you work here? Are you a parking attendant or something? Oh, yeah, we were asking about some validating parking in the other room there, like the gift shop room, but there was a whole thing about there's no attendant, and also I don't think there's any parking. Yeah, I guess I validate people's parking in that. Can you? I'm on a break. Oh. Well, really, everyone's on a break. Kinda. Most of them are dead. What do you mean? A whole bunch of ghosts showed up in ghost carriages all of a sudden. Everyone's either hiding out or kidnapped. I guess there's a distinction here. These are regular living carriages, not the ghost kind. I got here in a ghost carriage. Oh man, did I die somewhere and not noticed? Am I a ghost? The guy jabs your forehead with one finger. Ow. No. Convince him to go back to work. Well, that was pretty straightforward. Okay, well, you should probably go back to work now. Yeah, why's that? Just do it. It's your job. That's one good reason. Because I'm going to rescue all the other employees. And if they come back and catch you slacking off, they'll be ticked. Ah, geez. We're really making life hard for the people who work at this manor. It seems like they had kind of figured it out and were enjoying their lazy lives. Okay, fine. Just let me finish this smoke before you go getting all heroic. Well, alrighty, but don't take too long. Done with that cigarette yet? Give me a minute, jeez. Those are bad for your health, you know. He probably wouldn't. Not at this day and age. So stress. Go away. Can I rag on this guy like just a tiny bit more? He's gonna take his sweet time, isn't he? So, yeah, it's quickly... Oh. Well, good thing we found those 3 sets of nails, hey? Ah! Why did we feel compelled to do that? Various boring tools, like drills and awls. Tools for boring. You got me on that one. You can't really bore with scissors. I mean, you could. It would be a little more difficult. You're definitely not going to bore with hammers. But maybe they're just uninteresting. Look how small they are. They could be very dull scissors. There's both kinds of boring going on in this rack here. It's a lathe. Hey, maybe you can make that billiards cue less wobbly. Give it a shot. You lads, rinse and repeat. Like you were doing shampoo in your hair. How did I manage to screw up the word I was trying to say but still end up with something that made sense? I tried to say hair, accidentally had. Either way works. Don't know what words I combined. I seem to be doing that a lot in this playthrough. A balanced billiards cue. This billiards cue has been lathed into shape. Well, I think next time we'll run on up and take on our fun-having billiards buddy, We'll show him what's up. Show him our skills. Clearly it had nothing to do with him being a shark who's been spending who knows how long in the afterlife perfecting his game. No. It was just the limp Q. That's going to make all the difference. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you again soon.